joining us in a minute since she is having some technical issues.
Hello.
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can start.
Okay, sir. So, good morning to one and all present here. Today we have gathered for the inauguration ceremony of Pioneers Association. On behalf of Civil Department, myself Meghna SP
and myself Gautami
are the anchors for today's program. We extend a very warm welcome to all. Now, let me introduce you the newly assigned treasurer Som Shekhar of 7th Sim and student coordinator Amina of 7th Sim for the academic year 2021. So let us begin this day by an invocation song presented by Ms. Bhagya of 5th Sim.
ಭಕ್ತರ ಭಾಗ್ಯವಂತ ಬಾರಯ್ಯ ಏಕದಂತ ಸರ್ವಜ್ಞಾನದ ಗುಣವಂತ ಕರುಣಿಸಯ್ಯ ಬಾ ಗಣಪ ಕರುಣಿಸಯ್ಯ ಬಾ ಭಕ್ತರ ಭಾಗ್ಯವಂತ ಬಾರಯ್ಯ ಏಕದಂತ ಸರ್ವಜ್ಞಾನದ ಗುಣವಂತ ಕರುಣಿಸಯ್ಯ ಬಾ ಗಣಪ ಕರುಣಿಸಯ್ಯ ಬಾ ನೇತ್ರ ಕಿರಣದೋಪ ಮಾಡಿ ನಿನಗೆ ಬೆಳಗುವೆ ನೇತ್ರ ಕಿರಣದೋಪ ಮಾಡಿ ನಿನಗೆ ಬೆಳಗುವೆ ನಿನ್ನ ನಾಮ ಹಾಡಿ ಹಾಡಿ ಸುಖವ ಕಾಣುವೆ ಗಣಪ ಸುಖವ ಕಾಣುವೆ ಭಕ್ತರ ಭಾಗ್ಯವಂತ ಬಾರಯ್ಯ ಏಕದಂತ ಸರ್ವಜ್ಞಾನದ ಗುಣವಂತ ಕರುಣಿಸಯ್ಯ ಬಾ ಗಣಪ ಕರುಣಿಸಯ್ಯ ಬಾ. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhagya. Now I call upon Professor D.R. Kulkarni sir for the welcome address. Sir, please.
Good morning, everybody. I, on behalf of Dean Academics, Dr. Sharad Joshi sir, Head of the Department, MS Daduti Madam, and all my department colleagues and students, heartily welcome today's chief guest, Sri B.Y. Bandiwaddar, who is currently Professor at Water and Land Management Institute, Dharwad, for the inaugural program of our Students Association activities. He will not only be inaugurating the program, but he will also be the first guest speaker for the day, and he will be sharing his experiences and thoughts on a very interesting topic, water resource scenario at national and state level. I, on behalf of all my department colleagues, also heartily welcome all of our students for the inaugural program of Students Association, that is Pioneer Activities. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now let us welcome the chief guest for the day, Mr. B.Y. Bandiwaddar, sir. I request Jayashree Mehti and Furkan Ahmed to offer the plant sampling as a token of love. Welcome.
Thank you, Jayashree and Furkan. Now I call upon students of 7th SEM to introduce our respected chief guest.
Good morning, one and all present here. It gives me immense pleasure in introducing our today's chief guest, Sir Mr. B.Y. Bandiwaddar, Professor WALMI Dharwad. Mr. B.Y. Bandiwaddar is graduate in civil engineering from Basveshwar Engineering College, Bagalkot, in the year 1989. He was awarded third rank by Karnataka University, Dharwad in engineering fraternity amongst the reservation candidates. He is the member of Indian Society for Technical Education, Institution of Engineers, Institution of Bridge Engineers, and Kannada Sahitya Parishad. He has served the Department of Irrigation in the capacity of Assistant Engineer at the Canal Zone 2nd, Kembami, Indi and Sindalga Taluks, and has actively involved in finalizing the canal alignment of India branch canal from kilometer 120.640 to kilometer 130 distributaries and laterals coming under it. Executed tunnel slopes of IBC in kilometer 120.00, also executed Indi Lift Canal kilometer 55.00 and distributaries. Promoted as an assistant engineer in the year 2006 and served the Department of Public Works at Soraba and Hangal and Department of Housing and Slum Development Board at Dharwad. As assistant executive engineer, he took up improvement of state highways / MDRs and executed important public buildings in Soraba and executed nearly 375.00 kilometers of new roads, 25 public buildings and 12 major roads and bridges in Hangal Taluk. Also executed multi-storied residential building using shear wall technology and many other slum improvement works in Dharwad, Gadag and Koppal districts. At Kushtagi in Koppal district, responsible in preparing the project report of Koppal Lift Irrigation Scheme. Promoted as executive engineer in the year 2017 and served at PWD division, Koppal, responsible for execution of Government Engineering College at Koppal, Skill Development Center, Taluk Government Polytechnics, PHCs, degree colleges, circuit houses, scout and guides building, and other infrastructure works, etc. Promoted as superintending engineer and presently working as professor in Water and Land Management Institute, Dharwad. From December 2019, mainly responsible in preparing the training module for newly recruited engineers in the Department of Water Resources. Has undergone training at ATI Mysore, KERS WALMI for updating the technical knowledge. Has presented a paper at Walmatari, Hyderabad on causes of drainage congestion and waterlogging. He has received Certificate of Excellence by CE Canal Zone 2, Kembavi on date 05/02/2003 for achieving economy in construction of tunnel under Gadag Solapur railway track. He has received Certificate of Merit by Indian Concrete Institute on 08/02/2012 for constructing outstanding concrete structure of North Karnataka in infrastructure category and public building category. He has Government Engineering College, Talkal District, Koppal project executed by him as executive engineer and received outstanding concrete structure of North Karnataka for year 2019-20 by Indian Concrete Institute. He is presently serving on promoting superintending engineer working as professor in Water and Land Management Institute, Dharwad, engaged in imparting trainings to farmers, students, and engineers for carrying out best practices of water management. Thank you.
Thank you, Somshekhar. I would like to call upon Saif Hulgur of 5th SEM to present the report of previous academic year's activity.
Thank you, Gautami. Good morning, everyone. I'm grateful for having been considered as a part of this association. And now, before starting a new journey of academic year 2020 and 2021, I would like to recall and shine the light on what we as an association have achieved so far in the year 2019 and 2020. So starting from the very first Friday of the academic year, that is on 16th August 2019, a talk on infrastructure design for new Bagalkot Township was arranged, and the speaker was Engineer Jagdish S. Nandi. Next, on 23 August 2019, three activities: a debate on various topics for third semester students, an aptitude test for 5th SEM, and a visit to Aminbavi water treatment plant for 7th SEM students were conducted. During this visit, some key highlights discussed were water treatment processes like collection of raw water, screening and straining, sedimentation and disinfection, etc., and laboratory tests conducted in the plant. Moving on to 30 August, again, three activities were conducted that are aptitude test for 7th SEM, plane table survey for 5th SEM by Professor Shabarish Patil, and a visit to Bodangudda for 3rd SEM students by Professor Sujay K. During the visit, some key points discussed are topography, geological structures such as folds, faults, etc., rocks and minerals, and also collected some examples. Very informative visit, I have to say. Next, an expert talk on self-employment solution for unemployment was arranged on 13 September 2019, and the speaker was Mr. M.K. Chandrahas. And on 27 September, a talk on building mathematical skills was conducted, and the speaker was an exceptionally talented Mr. Basavaraj Umarani. An expert talk on engineering and industrial outlook on date 10th October was arranged, and the resource person was Mr. Samir Majli. And next, a discourse over the topic preparation for various competitive exams on date 25th October was arranged, and the speaker was Engineer Nitin Shet. And on 31st January 2020, demonstrative talk on uses of stabilized mud blocks was conducted, and the resource person was Engineer Suchit L. Angadi. A technical talk on recent trends in geotechnical engineering on date 12 Feb 2020 was arranged, and the speaker was Dr. H.S. Kulkarni. And again, an expert talk on preparation for GATE exam was conducted on 28th Feb, and the speaker was Mr. Chetan Hiremat. Last but not the least, a student development program associated with Pioneers Association was set up in the month of February and further in coming years. Thank you all for listening to me with utmost patience. Thank you.
Thank you, Saif. Next, our student coordinator, Ms. Bibi Amina, will present the plan for the current academic year's activities.
A very good noon to everyone present in the meeting. I am Amina Manaski from 7th semester. So for the academic year 2021, we have planned to have the following activities which would connect our students to the industry and engineering practices. These lectures and activities would help students to fill the gap between academic knowledge and the practical knowledge, alongside helping them build their personality through various activities arranged as follows. Let me now read out the activities which will be involved in this year. So the first activity will be Karnataka Rajyotsava Day celebration, a special talk on Kannada Mattu Sanskriti by Jalamitra Rangavedike by B.S. Mutt. Then demonstration on e-survey software by Jayatirth Bangalore. An expert talk on recent trends in civil engineering. Live streaming of students' site engineer interaction on the ongoing construction work. Guest lecture on shear wall technologies by WALMI institutions. A lecture on crop monitoring with remote sensing and GIS by Dr. Shambhulingaya, RRSC, ISRO. Celebration of World Water Day, 22nd March. A talk on search and rescue operation of 2018-19 landslides at Kodagu district by the District Disaster Management Officer, Kodagu. And then we'll have a student development program with IGS chapter. Then we'll have an alumni talk, and then we'll be conducting an webinar on building information modeling and a lecture on the types of working drawings required for the construction of buildings. Then seismic hazard assessment and mitigation techniques. And finally, a lecture on retrofitting and rehabilitation of RCC structures. And once we get back to the college, we will make sure to have some site visits as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Amina. Now I request the chief guest to address the gathering.
Good morning, everybody. It's my very proud moment to address all of you. On the outset, first of all, thank Dr. Sharad Joshi sir, Dean, and the head of the department, Madhumati S. David Madam, all the student coordinators for having called me to speak on behalf of this function. Just now, I've been introduced to you. Now I am working as superintendent engineer in the Department of Irrigation and Water and Land Management, where I am presently working now. It is part and parcel of Irrigation Department, mainly responsible for imparting technical knowledge and updating the knowledge regarding water and its management, right from either Shamras to the Karnataka. I hope you were hearing clearly. Now, coming to the subject, I was rather requested by Sujay sir to speak on a very current issue. Present issue is water and its scenario of the country and the state and water crisis in the. It's a very, very important topic, and also in WALMI, we have much and much more to study and impart knowledge regarding this issue. I have a PowerPoint to share with you all. Hope you definitely enjoy the contents of the PowerPoint. Here, okay. Meanwhile, it's getting ready. PPT is getting ready. Here, you all are in a third semester, fifth semester, and seventh semester. And especially, my appeal is to all the seventh semester engineering students here, engineering students. Within 1 year, within another 2 semesters, you will be coming out as a civil engineers, and you do not know in which discipline you are going to involve yourself in. For that reason, whichever subject you study all the subjects, right from concrete technology till planning, designing of buildings, execution part, concrete technology, transportation engineering, public health, water and water resource engineering. You study so many subjects here, but when you come outside and start practicing as civil engineer, that time you need to have the basic thorough knowledge about the field which you are opting for. So, if you are going to join as assistant engineer in the Department of Water Resources, you need to have the thorough knowledge about the water resources engineering. So, in this PowerPoint, what is the problem? Okay. Hope it is visible for you. Visible for you. Now,
Yes, sir, it's visible.
yeah. So we are mainly concentrating on the subject water resources scenario of the country and the state. In this, at the end, I got to highlight on the water crisis issues in Karnataka. It is an topic of the day, topic of the event now. You see everywhere the flood and the flood situation in Karnataka, and how this is how it's happening. All this we got to know. So to start with, dear friends, all the planet's renewable resources, water, it has a unique place. You know very well. It is essential for sustaining all forms of life. It is essential for sustaining for production, economic development, and for general well-being. Okay, it is also impossible to substitute for most of its uses. And it's very difficult to depollute. It's very easy to pollute, very difficult to depollute, and very expensive to transport. And it is really truly unique gift to mankind. Here as engineers, we have got to manage this whole mass, abundant mass of water. And if we are in an irrigation department, if we are in a if we are associating in agriculture sector, if we are as a hydropower engineer, if we are connected with the rural stock regarding livestock production, all that, all everywhere. Now we have to prioritize the allocation. The Karnataka water policy, it prioritizes the allocation of water mainly first for drinking water. It is for drinking water, then it is for irrigation, for hydropower. It's all chronological. First is first. Drinking water. Even though the project is planned for irrigation, if it necessitates, priority should be given for drinking. Then priority is irrigation, then hydropower, ecology, agro industries, and non-agricultural. First agro industries, then non-agricultural industries, and the navigation. Among the non-agricultural industry, you might be surprised to know water is supplied for steel plants at Ballari. Ballari JSW plant from Almaty. Just imagine, for a long length of nearly 250 kilometers water being transported and supplied there. The last is the navigation. Here, even though India receives the annual precipitation of 4,000 kilometer cube of water, includes all the snowfall and the rainwater, rainfall in this is around 3,000 kilometers. This rainfall mainly occurs. I appeal to all of you know how the rainfall is dominant in the peninsular India. Main contribution is from southwest currents, southwest monsoons. Mainly 70 to 80% of the contribution is from southwest monsoons, and part of it is from this north. India occupies in this is a very important statistics for you. India occupies 3.29 million kilometers square of geographical area. This geographical area is nearly 2.4% of the world's land area. That is 1/5 of the world's land area. Whereas it has to support 15% of the world population. That is nearly 1/6 of the world population. Just see this map. We have 150 of the world's land. We support 1/6 of the world population, whereas the water available 1/25 of the world's share. So, in this game of support, total utilizable water available for the country is assessed as 1,086 kilometer cube. Finally, I appeal all the students here to go through this map, a wonderful map. It shows the river basins of the country. These are the basics. The studying in water resource engineering, irrigation engineering, the concept of this, whichever any drop of water falling, this limits goes into the river and joins either east or west into the Bay of Bengal or the Arabian Sea. So it is the total basin that collects the total water, nearly 1,080 kilometers. A total that if it is converted into billion cubic meters, it is 1953 billion cubic meters. And the share of each river it is enlisted below. And I request our students representatives to copy this PowerPoint. It will be of greater help for you. The major share is from Ganga, Brahmaputra, and further coming to the Krishna, wherein it is the major water contributor for Karnataka, is nearly 78.12. Here we have got contribution from surface water and subsurface water. From the country, the surface water, here it is 1953 kilometer cube per year. In this, how much you can utilize? You can utilize nearly 690 kilometer cube of water per year you can utilize. Then how about the rest? It is just impossible. It is very difficult to catch hold of the rest of its water. Only in this around 690 kilometer cube of water we can plan for and recover. In groundwater, merely replenishable groundwater resources from normal natural recharge is 342.43 kilometer cube per year, and replenishable due to recharge augmentation from canal irrigation. Now we are irrigating. We have got the total irrigation system right from north to south. In this recharging, replenishable water is around 89.46. Adding both, we have 431.89. I have, this is a small calculation here. In the total in 431.89 kilometer cube of water, we can make use 690 kilometer cube of water, surface water, and 396. Serial number 5 you can see. This 396 is 325 plus 71. The total water is 1086 kilometer cube of water. You can make use of this for all the purposes whatever we have in this. Okay, we have so much of water now, but is that water always there for you and for your use every day? When there is fast growing population, rate of growth of a population, when we see, is just alarming. In 1951, per capita availability of water was per capita, per person, it was 5,410 cubic meters of water. In this, utilizable surface water was 1911. In 1951, coming to 2001, just see the alarming diminish. It is 1902 per capita availability of water, and the utilizable water is 670. Projected for 2025, it is 1,519, and utilizable is 495. If you see these figures here, it is just the series thought on all our part to make note of it and what best in what way the conservation of water and management of water be made. So coming to the statistic we have seen, we have got to just I want to throw a light on this. Since there is a declining availability of fresh water and increasing demand, the need has arisen to conserve and effectively manage this precious life-giving resource for sustainability. Very, very important. There is a need to encourage watershed development. Last 3 lines. There is a need, emergent need, to increase watershed development, rainwater harvesting, water cycling and reuse, and consumptive use of water for sustaining water supply in long run. We have ample of water, or we are very poor managers. So for this reason only, I request all of you, you're all budding engineers, you come into the field tomorrow. Please, can you take a note of all these statistics? Think of yourself. If you are in the field of water resources tomorrow, we have got to work sincerely and see that sustainability. for the better mankind. That was the scenario of the country. Now coming to the scenario of the state. Our geographical area is 1,91,719 square feet. It accounts to 5.8%. And all the geography is all there. Climate of Karnataka is very, very unique. Really, we are blessed to be born in Karnataka, a wonderful state. We have west coast rivers. There are nearly 7 basins in our state. 7 basins. I will come to that now. Whereas we have all types of climate here. Very humid and rainy monsoonal climate in west coast. We have ghats and Malnad areas to semi-arid warm area, warm climate on the east, that is Ballari, Raichur, Kolar and other parts. And we have highest rainfall on the western ghats, which reduces towards eastern plains. Why? As engineers, we have got to assess why it is reducing. What is the reason for that? Along the coastal Dakshin Canada, that is Mangalore and Dharwad, rainfall is very huge, nearly 4,000 mm. And it is no sooner it is poured, it goes into the sea. Whereas whatever rain occurs on the Malnad belt, the rivers originate from there and flow into the other part of Karnataka and even to the other adjoining states. We have highest rainfall area, and also there are drought prone districts like Bijapur, Raichur, Ballari, Gulbarga, Chitradurga, and wherein the rainfall is only in the order of 500 and below, 500 to 600 and even below. So this is very interesting fact. Kindly take the note of this slide. Very, very important. We got nearly 7 river systems in Karnataka. There are 7 river basins in general. 7 river systems. The place where I am sitting, right below, behind me, is a basin map of Karnataka. All the 7 basins have been shown. Major is the Krishna. Major is the Krishna. It contributes nearly 27,451 million cubic meters of water. Nearly 969 TMC of water is from Krishna basin. Very, very important. Our tally should be 3,475 TMC. This much of water, it is an utilizable water for whole of the Karnataka. Within this 3,475 TMC, we have got to plan and play. Kaveri basin, it contributes nearly 425 TMC. Godavari basin, that is the Bidar district, major portion of the Bidar districts, it drains into the Godavari basin. There, 49 TMC, 49.997 TMC of water is there. West flowing rivers, just imagine, nearly 2,000 TMC of water it is accumulated in west flowing rivers. Whereas immediately, no sooner the water is poured in, it is drained out into the Arabian Sea. And in the North Pennar and South Pennar and Pala, that is around Kolar district. Kolar, that is southeast portion of the state. It is North Pennar, South Pennar and Pala river basins. It contributes nearly 32 TMC of water. We have got total 3,475.24, and in this, economically utilizable water potential for irrigation is about 1690 million cubic feet. Whenever when you are a civil engineer, when you come outside or when you introduce yourself as an engineer, immediately anybody can ask you what is TMC. Use quantum of water is measured in TMC. 1,000 million cubic feet, not cubic meter. Kindly take a note of this. So much of what is there in this 1695 TMC of water being uh, planned and utilizable water is assessed. See, here in 1690, this allocation of water, most utilizable water, has been made basin-wise. The major portion of irrigation for 1156 TMC of water is made under Upper Krishna project. As civil engineers, all of you, you should intend to go and visit this project area and see how the planning has been made, how the water has been made to flow into the canals, how the designs have been made, how the structures have been working, how the irrigation has been given, how the farmers, how their life has been flourished. All this you can definitely appreciate the field. As an irrigation engineer, in the beginning of my career, I started in water resource engineering. I started from Indi branch canal. Just now, my dear friend, during his introduction talk, he told that I worked in India, was telling India branch canal, Indi branch canal. In this small correction, it is definitely 172 kilometers. 172 kilometers. In that, I was in charge for 121.6252 to 126.00. That was the major portion, crossing a deep cut of nearly 24 kilometers, 24 meters deep cut is there, wherein again the Sholapur railway track crosses that deep cut area. There we have seen that the branch canal crosses at that chainage of 124.00, and further it is extended up to 170 kilometer. So, as per the Krishna Tribunal, the uh, in its A scheme, 734 TMC has been allocated. All the projects which you appreciate now, they all come under 734 TMC allocation only. Scheme A and Scheme B. In Scheme A, we have two stages, stage 1, stage 2. In stage 1, another 3 phases are there. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. I was there in phase 3 schemes. So, in the first stage, all the 3 phases have been completed. In the second stage, works have been, they are undergoing now. And in 734 TMC, almost all the utilization has been planned now. And further, 23 TMC of water, it has been allocated to Karnataka. Uh, it is when it is available to the state in Krishna Basin by way of Godavari diversion. If the water is diverted from Godavari, and it is available for our utilization in the Krishna Basin. Further, 183 TMC of water is allocated under Scheme B. So, altogether, further, there are 216 TMC of water is allocated when it is still a long way to go. Total 11.
Students who are there in WALMI can help this out.
The network problem. What are the prices? Copper available, but is not there. Modini kare. Okay. Okay. You can see the large variations in the rainfall in the state. The blue portion on the western side is receiving highest rainfall, more than 1,500 mm. The other red, the yellow, and orange color you can see on the eastern side, they are receiving much less, 400 to 500 and less than 400 mm. Uh, just now you saw the 7 river basins. It is dominated by areas that fall within Krishna and the Kaveri basin. West flowing river basins forming the third most significant water basin, river basin. This is the river basin map. Kindly look into this pink portion. That is the Krishna river basin, and it is the major share in the Karnataka geographical area. The next is our Kaveri basin, then west flowing rivers, and in the nearly towards bigger, the Godavari basin, North Pennar, South Pennar, and Pala towards Kola. Again, coming to this map, just now we are going for water crisis in Karnataka. Just to see the thick portion, dark portions, that is population density. Population density more than 400, from 460 to 4,264. Population density is mainly concentrated at Bangalore and Bangalore rural, and also Mysore, Mangalore, Davangere, Haveri, Hubli Dharwad, and Belgaum portion. Problem here is wherever these are there, from there only the rivers are originating. Where the water is being collected at the end, we have a very less population. We have highest population, this portion, and it is very difficult to retransport the water once if it is flowing in its way. So, augmentation or the total planning should be so done that wherever water is available, it should be made available for the first priority is drinking, next is irrigation and all that. So this is a very peculiar plan, the map available made available for you. So now coming to river wise, I will give you a few examples now. This is one of the example of Arthavati river. Just see here how the Arthavati river is functioning right now. Every day news you hear about all the rivers, streams and tanks and reservoirs which are drying up and draining out as early as possible. How? The drying up of Arthavati river near Bangalore, where inflows into the Tippugondanhalli reservoir declined by 90% nearly. This is a small example. Applies to almost all the rivers. During 70 years of its period, it is a classic example for all of you. It has been shown that this decline cannot be explained by changes in rainfall or temperature, and it is driven by the expansion of eucalyptus cultivation and the over-exploitation of groundwater in the water has been over-exploited in the upstream reaches. If you see the graph here, you can see from 1938 till 1974, available water is very high up to 1974. From 1977 till 2010, how the fall is there. The average available water is more than 5,000 million cubic feet per year. And now it has come to 1,000 million cubic feet. From 5,000 to 1,000 million cubic feet. You can see definitely in the very clear in the bar chart or figure shown here. Again, declining post-monsoon flows in Hemavati River. This is one more example for you. In 1977 to 1990 period, and from 2000 to 2011 period, these two periods they have been shown here. The dark blue from 1977 to 1990, the water availability was so that the upper curve and the below curve, very distinct it is, total decline. You can see decline in the post-monsoon flow. So the graph, lower graph you can see, has reached almost nil. So this just around 10 or 50. So the next one is that is declining QP ratio. That is QP at the Malaprabha Dam. That is the ratio of stream flow to rainfall. Q is stream flow. That is the discharge, and here the total bar chart, the continuous other two lines, dotted lines in pink and in red. If you see the declining figures, they are very much alarming. This is regarding the Malaprabha Dam. That's why only in last year and this year, dam is full. Before that, hardly in its life period, Malaprabha Dam was full hardly 2 to 3 times. Sometimes I heard that 4 times it was full, and continuously last year and this year, again, it is because of the lot of variation in rainfall. For 6 times in its total period of 45 years, only 6 times dam is full. But rest other, why the decline in occurs? It's all because of the mismatch. Again, decline in base flow index in the Podali River. This river is in Dakshin Kannada, Podali River. Base flow index, if you see here, that the blue is rain, occurrence of rain, and the orange curve is the base flow index curve. In 74 to 75, 75, 76, and up to 78, 79, see the figures there. And in 91, 92, and 95, 96, it has reached almost 0.18 or almost near 0.2 base flow index. It was very huge, even more than 0.4, and it has come to this level. So if it is so, that's why in summer season, all our open tanks, all our water supply schemes, they go dry. Our calculations are very practical, very clear, clearly they are shown here. So as irrigation engineer, as civil engineer, we have got to seriously think on it. It is the status. I have given you comparison here. This was the status of groundwater in Karnataka in 2000. Another match is there in 2013. The red portion, very much exploited, and the violet portion, it is little on the safer side. Again, wherever there is a large concentration of population, you can see this so much of exploitation of water is there. Status of groundwater exploitation in Karnataka, again it matches with the previous year. All this red portion where we have seen stage of groundwater development is almost the red portion suffered. And in one small example, Koppal district, which falls, but still whole district. They are working in Kusti Taluka. Now table has gone beyond 1,000. Alarming situation. So, outcome of more exploitation is that almost all wells in these regions have dried up or have water for only a short period. Borewell failure rates are as high as 50% in Mumbai. Water will continue to fall as these are the small examples. The study is being made all. You can see in this graph, the black line, number of borewells are so high, nearly to more than 200 per kilometer. And the depth of and nearly depth here. Of so high order, how to manage the groundwater? Here, groundwater has been exploited to such an extent it is very difficult to make good or recoup. All the aquifers have been dried up. We have got a spacious sessions here, WALMI, for aquifer planning and recharging of aquifers. It's a wonderful sessions have been conducted here for so dear friends, this is the situation. So further I would like to tell you likely impact of climate change. Clear evidence that climate change, that is the major issue here. We may be wondering, there's so much importance available right now and creating havocs everywhere in the state and the country. Why our sir is thinking of water and it's evident that climate change caused the gases temperature at the levels is ready under the way and that will affect the Indian subcontinent. That is here in mind. What way it affects changes in rainfall pattern. As a youngster, when I was in my primary, it was very sure we used to get the rainfall right in the first week of June, June 7th. That way rains used to start. Now, rains may start from May only, or they may get delayed for one and a half or 2 months. Or concentrated rains, heavy downpours, they occur. That's all we need. Changes in rainfall patterns, temperature, sea level, etc. All these rainfall pattern, that is a lesser extent, are extremely relevant to the water sector. Mainly affects the water sector. A small slide here, how the biological contamination and coming to the last slide of the day. I appeal all of you here. Although occasional years of heavy rainfall, that is in 18, 19 and 20, we have seen heavy rainfall, may provide an illusion of plenty of water. Karnataka is facing a major crisis. I again, and again, I tell you, there is a surface flow decline is very alarming because if it declines sustainability, life sustainability is under question. So, decline, we have to stop this decline. There is drastic declines in the groundwater. There is no proper planning. There is no proper policy. Even though policy is there, there is nobody. The enforcement of the policy is the question. Is question. So drastic declines, deteriorating water quality again. Just now I showed you water quality. And water resources in the state are coming under serious stress that has led to the higher vulnerability of the people starts. Why do we start in March, April, only because of the severe declining of the birds, severe declining of the borewell, water scarcity and contamination, endangering the water security, both rural and urban. This and associated socio-economic as well as ecological impacts demands that a new water policy frame to address the pollution. All of you regarding the abundant use available of water, country, state, and the worst and best management, and if the decline occurs in the natural flow, how it is going to affect day-to-day life. All this is a serious concern. So, as we tomorrow will come out as a public health engineer, will come out as an irrigation engineer, come out and work in the rural sector as a Jilla Panchayat engineer. What an Jilla Panchayat engineer can do? Jilla Panchayat engineer can best do by proper planning for giving a very important. How best? There is an example in the Kushtgi Taluka of Koppal district where water is very scarce. There are two villages. I have forgotten the name of the local representatives of those two villages. They have planned and seen that none of the water is drawn from the natural drains. Nobody is allowed to take the borewell randomly, only under the permission of the Gram Panchayat they are going. And rainwater harvesting, all the techniques have been adopted by the villages there. And both villages are self-sustained and self-sufficient. Like that, if all the plannings have been, all our engineers in turn, they are in a position to convince the people, representatives, real water users, especially if you are in the irrigation sector, if you are in a position to convince the farmer, beginning farmer, the real value of the water, what he is using, how the water is brought to his farm level, and the importance of water for the tail ender, both the things are to be taken into account here. So, here, if it is so, as a civil engineer, mission to convince all farmers can use properly, most economically, and see that we get the highest agricultural produce, which is way for well-being. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It was indeed a very effective presentation. I would
Thank
kindly,
you.
yes, sir. I would kindly request Vinayak Gowda and Bibi Amina to felicitate our beloved chief guest. I kindly request everybody to pin Akshata's screen so that everyone can witness the felicitation
It should
program.
appear in the screen. Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. All your students, they have felicitated me on your behalf and the head of the department. Thank every one of you. Thank you, madam. Now, just now I can see you. Previously, I met Saraswati sir many times and not met you personally. So, anytime you can please come into get into our campus here. We have wonderful training programs even for students. They can definitely participate in many of updating the knowledge. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Vinayak and Amina. Let us proceed to the announcement of cash prize for the toppers of previous academic year. I would kindly request our beloved HOD, Professor Madhumati ma'am, to do the announcement.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Chief guest of today's function, Professor B.Y. Bandiwaddar, sir. I wholeheartedly thank you on behalf of management, principal, staff and students of our institute for sparing your valuable time and enlightening us on the topic water resources scenario of the country and state. So now I take the pleasure in announcing the toppers for the academic year 2019-20, and the toppers are being awarded with a cash prize. That is, for the first topper, a cash prize of 3,000 is being awarded, and for the second topper it is rupees 2,000. So let me announce the names now. In third semester, it is Tushar Kamble, who is the first topper with a score of 84.5%, and second topper is Saundarya with a percentage of 84.3%, and in fourth semester it is Tushar Kamble, and the second topper is Saundarya again, and then in fifth semester it is Rekha Tallur and Shruti S, and again in sixth semester it is Rekha Tallur and Aishwarya Koparde. And for seventh semester, it is Priyadarshini Kumbar and BB Jasia. Second topper is BB Jasia. And in eighth semester, it is Shweta Ningapnavar and the second topper is Nikita Saunur. I congratulate all the toppers and I insist everyone to continue this. And if we see into the score narrowly, they have bagged the first topper place. So this competition, I insist you to continue. It's in points. The toppers have been very dear. So now, just a minute.
Just to add to what Mrs. Madhumati Madam said, this prize is from the Students Association money. This is apart from the prize that we give at college level for the toppers. This is from the Student Association fund that is being given. So in addition to this, at college level also, we are extending the cash prize and also fee concession to the toppers to encourage the meritorious students. Just for the information of all, including Bandiwaddar sir.
Yes, sir. And I also take this opportunity to welcome our third sem students to the Pioneers Forum who have newly joined the association. and I insist every one of you to actively participate in the association activities, which will definitely enhance your technical knowledge and also boost your confidence. Okay, and I would like to appreciate all the student coordinators, in spite of all odds, who have flawlessly conducted this inaugural function. To name, I have to mention the names here. Bibi Amina Somshekar from 7th SEM, and we have Meghana Bhagya from 5th SEM, Furkan also from 5th SEM, Jaishri from 5th SEM, Akshata from 7th SEM, and Vinayak Gowda from 5th SEM. Okay, it was a good job. I appreciate your coordination for coordinating this inaugural function successfully for the academic year 2020-2021. Okay, with this small note, I would like to wind up my address, and we shall continue with the further agenda. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Congratulations to all the toppers. Now I request the Dean of our institution, Dr. Sharad Joshi, sir, for the presidential remark.
Very good afternoon to all of you. Sir, good afternoon, Bandiwaddar sir. It has been long time since we met. We used to meet very frequently. Now it has not been possible for the last 7-8 months because of the pandemic situation. I would love to visit your place, your new place. I was not knowing that you are in WALMI. It's a very good thing that you are there. I, being a water resources person, always love the activities of WALMI.
Please do come,
sir. Yes, sir. In fact, I have taken a 1-year training in WALMI of Maharashtra. So, and I'm a frequent visitor to WALMI of Maharashtra as well, even now also, to impart training to the direct recruits regarding water management, water resources, and dam design, and all those. So it will be a good endeavor on my part also to visit your place, and at the same time, I request you to visit our place because I know you since many years. Since you are a student, we hail from the same engineering college, and therefore I know the background also, the way you used to study and do the things, and then in the department also you were distinctly different from the lot in the quality work, in handling the people, in imparting the training, and all those things. Hats off to your service, and really it's commendable, sir. So your virtual presence has been enjoyed by our students today. We want your physical presence also on the campus whenever it becomes possible. Please do visit our institute and inspire our students, and then guide them to do the works the way you have been doing since many years in being in the department.
Definitely. Thank you.
Apart from that, it has been indeed a very informative and very good presentation that you made, full of data, full of information, which is very crucial for today's generation to know about these things. It is not wise to know all these things at the fag end of the career, but as students, they should know this data, where we stand as water resources are concerned, what are the issues related to water security, and what are the measures that we need to take. All those things have to be learned and inculcated at the student level itself, so that the tomorrow's engineers come out with an idea, with a master plan in their mind, that this is the requirement of the society and this is how we need to work. You also address the flood situation in Karnataka, especially in North Karnataka, and you didn't forget to mention that the last 3 years, since we are getting very good rains, 2018, 19, and 20, we should not be disillusioned by the fact that we are a water scarce state and water scarce country. The data that you gave, the decline of the per capita availability of the water from around 1900 in 1951 to say 420 in 2025. So this is a very drastic reduction in the per capita availability of the water, and it's time now that we thought of utilizing the water in a more productive way, in a better way. We are not able to increase the availability of the water. It is there. The nature has decided a few statistics for itself. So even though India is bestowed with 4% of the global water resources on our country, with only 2% of the land of the global land that is there in our country. But at the same time, we should not be blinded that we are 17% of the world population. So therefore, the difficult task of making this scarce waters available to reach all the people. You mentioned the irrigation to the tail ender farmer. So in order to make this available to the last person in the society, our engineers have to have those visions, and they should have those master plans in their mind. So whenever an opportunity comes, as you said, it is not that they will be going to the PWD or water resources. They may today. It is. I heard that the compartments have been finalized, and you are into a particular stream. Earlier, when you started your career, you were in PWD sometimes, in water resources sometimes, and Jal Pradhikaran or the water supply sometimes. So that transition made you a complete engineer. Now it will be a specialization. You will enter as a water resources engineer, or you will enter as a roads and buildings engineer. So that I don't know whether it's good or bad, but but whatever be the role one will be having in either government department or as a private practitioner or as a consultant or in any other institution or organization, the, the concern for the society, concern for the country, concern for extending the facilities or the resources that are available with us to all the people, and conserve those and manage those in a scientific, in an engineering way, would always be undermined and would always be necessary for everyone. And therefore, your lecture has really focused on these issues, what the students have to study, what the students have to think. You rightly said that you study all subjects. The basics, you should know every subject. It's not that your specialization or your elective is, say, structures, and you don't know anything about water resources. Especially in the new education policy of 2020, which the government of India has floated this year. See, the environmental engineering is becoming a thrust area. It is a must for everyone, be it a computer science engineer or be it a mechanical engineer. The environmental aspect should be taught from the schooling to the high school to the engineering. So this thrust area should be there, so which also includes our water resources. And therefore, it's an apt that the students and the Department of Civil Engineering has done. I congratulate the Department of Civil Engineering, who have ingeniously done this inauguration in a virtual way in spite of all these difficulties in these pandemic situations. So they need to be complimented, congratulated. I also congratulate all the student coordinators who have taken pains to arrange all these things. This program, it seems to me as if it is a student-driven program. So it's a well done. The coordinator, faculty coordinator, also needs to be complimented for making this program a student-driven program. Every year, last 8 to 10 years, I have been telling the students that association activity is a students' association activity. Students have to drive this. Students have to plan this, and rightly, so they are doing it now. So this year, especially with the plan that Amina explained about, including the Rajyotsava and survey webinar and water resources and the World Water Day and remote sensing and GIS, seismic hazard, retrofitting, the plans are very good. And now it is time that you acted according to the plan. all the students, we Indians are very good planners, but when it comes to implementation, there will always be a question mark. And therefore, let us not have that question mark this time. We will have an exclamatory mark in front of our plan. We have planned very good, we will execute also very good. And we have people like Bandiwaddar sir who are very supportive, who are very much there. You can call him anytime. He will be very, more than happy to be amongst you and talk to you, inculcate few things to you. So therefore, there is no dearth of people who can guide us, who can help us. The only thing is we need to take up the onus and also start working. Action is the buzzword today. It's not just plan or just estimate or do something or decide to do something. It is the act that is important. And therefore, a well begun is half done, as they say. You have begun on a very good note. And once again, my congratulations to all of you on this regard. And my many hearty thanks to Bandiwaddar sir for accepting, not only accepting what are the noble thoughts that an engineer should have. He has been always stood for these noble thoughts right from his student days. And I must congratulate again for you people for having selected him to inaugurate this function. These words are coming from the bottom of my heart. It is not.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
That I should do as a president of the program. No, they say that the president has to praise everyone. No, it is not so. The people know that I don't praise unnecessarily. I am very miser in making these flatteries. It's the truth, and I mean whatever I said. So many congratulations once again. Welcome to the third semester students. And my job as a teacher in water resources for the 7th semester has been made very much easy by Bandiwaddar sir. He has given all the data that I would have given a later stage. So my job is half done by him, and therefore once again thanks on this regard also.
Thank you,
So
sir. Thank you.
I thank you. Thank all the organizers once again. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I lastly request Sujay sir to appeal a vote of thanks.
Very good afternoon to the all, and indeed, it's a great privilege to propose a vote of thanks for today's inaugural functions of a Pioneer Student Association of Civil Engineering Department for the current academic year 2020 and 21. And we are very thankful to the today's chief guest, B.Y. Bandiwaddar sir, for his motivational and informative session, and also really accepting our invitations and making this a useful sessions. And I also thanks to our student association coordinators and the members who are in the WALMI campus right now for making this event successful. And I also thank to our head of the department, Madhumati madam, for supporting in the conduction of this event, and also very much thankful to our Dean Academics, Dr. Sharad Joshi sir, for his presidential remarks and guiding through this conduction of event. And at the last, I would like to thank to our beloved principal, Dr. B.S. Anami sir, for his unconditional support conduction of such student activities. And also I thanks to all the participants for participating in this event, and I thank once again, I thank to all.